You probably picture your baby just floating there, peaceful, quiet, mostly asleep, waiting for the day they're born to actually start doing anything. The truth is nothing like that. Right now, if you're pregnant or picturing someone who is, that baby is stretching, swallowing, frowning, hiccuping, startling at sound, turning toward light, even practicing the exact motions they'll use to cry once they're born. They have sleep cycles. They have preferences. Some of them appear to have moods. This matters because every kick you feel, every flutter, every stretch that catches you off guard isn't random. It's a small window into a mind that's already awake in there, already learning, already becoming someone. And what researchers have found about what's actually happening inside the womb is going to change how you think about every single movement you feel from now on. Here's where the science starts. Peter Hepper, a researcher at Queen's University Belfast who has spent decades studying fetal behavior, found that babies in the womb respond to sound, taste, and even familiar stories read aloud by their mothers, showing recognition after birth for things they'd only ever heard from the inside. His work, along with decades of research that followed it, points to one simple truth. Your baby isn't waiting to become a person. They already are one, and the womb is where that person starts paying attention to the world.
1. They practice breathing long before they need to. Starting around the end of the first trimester, babies begin making small, rhythmic movements of the chest and diaphragm, essentially rehearsing the mechanics of breathing while surrounded by fluid, with no air anywhere near their lungs. There's nothing to breathe yet. They're just getting ready. Think about that. Months before that first real breath, before the doctor lifts them up and the room holds its breath waiting for that first cry, your baby is already quietly drilling the exact motion they'll need, preparing for a moment they have no way of understanding is coming. 2. They know your voice. Long before birth, your baby's hearing develops enough to pick up the low, muffled rhythm of speech from inside your body, and your voice reaches them clearer and more often than anyone else's. Studies on newborns have shown they respond differently, calm faster, turn their heads to their own mother's voice compared to a stranger's, evidence that the recognition started well before delivery. So that habit you might have, talking to your belly, humming in the car, reading out loud because someone told you it's good for the baby, it's not just a nice idea, it's the beginning of a relationship your baby is already forming with the sound of you. 3. They respond to light. By the third trimester, enough light filters through the walls of the womb that babies react to it, turning their heads or shifting position when a bright light is held against the belly. They can't see shapes or faces yet, nothing close to that, but they can sense that something out there has changed. It's an early kind of noticing, a first blurry version of paying attention to the world outside themselves. So when you catch a flash of sun through the car window and feel a sudden roll or a nudge a second later, that might be exactly what it feels like. Your baby noticing in the only language they have. Each of these things on its own might sound like a small biological fact, but put together, they start to paint a picture of someone who isn't just growing in there. They're rehearsing, they're listening, they're reacting to a world they haven't even entered yet. They have a resting heart rate that changes with activity, just like ours. Around the middle of pregnancy, doctors monitoring fetal heart rate can already see clear patterns, faster during active stretches and squirms, steadier during quiet periods, almost identical to the rhythm you'd expect from someone who's simply awake versus someone who's settling down to rest. It's a small detail, but it means your baby's body is already living something close to a daily rhythm, cycling between effort and calm the same way yours does right beside them. 5. They sleep and they dream, or at least something that looks a lot like it. By the third trimester, babies show clear cycles of what researchers call active sleep, The same state linked to dreaming in older children and adults, marked by rapid eye movements even before the eyes can properly open. Nobody knows what, if anything, a baby dreams about in there. There's no light, no faces, no stories yet to dream from. But the machinery for it, whatever it's doing with those quiet hours, is already turned on and running. 6. They get startled and they get soothed. Loud noises, sudden movements, even a sharp knock near the belly can trigger a flinch or a jump, followed often by a slow return to stillness. Some babies seem to settle faster with rocking motion, the kind you'd get from a mother walking, than with stillness alone, a preference that tends to carry straight through into the first weeks after birth. That's not a coincidence. That's a nervous system already learning what safety feels like and already showing a preference for the same motion that will calm them in your arms. 7. They have expressions on their face, real ones formed by real muscles, long before there's anyone to see them. Ultrasound imaging has captured fetuses frowning, yawning, and what looks unmistakably like smiling, sometimes seemingly in response to specific tastes introduced into the amniotic fluid. Nobody can say for certain there's an emotion behind it yet, but the face doing the expressing is the same face you'll eventually kiss goodnight, already rehearsing the exact expressions it will tell you how it feels.
You are not carrying a blank slate. You are carrying someone who is already listening, already noticing, already practicing the small, ordinary miracles of being alive. You are the first voice they know. You are the first rhythm they trust. You are the reason a stranger's noise makes them flinch and your footsteps make them still. Every kick is not an accident. Every stretch is not nothing. Every quiet hour is not empty. It is a person in progress, already reaching toward the world they haven't met yet, and already reaching in their own small way toward you. Your baby isn't waiting to arrive before they start becoming who they are. They're becoming that person right now, one hiccup, one stretch, one sleepy roll at a time. So the next time you feel that flutter low in your belly, know what it really is. Not a mystery, not a random twitch. A small, determined person, already awake in the dark, already listening for you. If this made you see pregnancy a little differently, we cover the science of early development like this every week, from the womb through those first wild years. So consider subscribing if you want more of it. And if there was a moment in here that surprised you, tell us in the comments. We genuinely love reading them. Until next time, take care of that little person you're already getting to know.